As the final buzzer sounded on the Pistons' 2023 season, two die-hard fans, Mickey and Harry, each passed out and witnessed a vision. They were visited by Detroit's very own mascot, Hooper, the stallion ablaze, who told them the only way the Pistons would ever win a championship again was if these two men started a podcast. To be clear, they said, do we really have to do this? I mean, aren't there enough Pistons podcasts already? It seems like this might be overkill. But Hooper dunked on them, right in their face, and said, your team needs you. He presented them with a prophecy. Now it is their duty to help Detroit rise again and become champions. The Order of the Blazing Horse. Welcome back to another episode of The Order of the Blazing Horse, the only Detroit Pistons podcast based on a mystical prophecy. I am one of those prophets touched by a horse in a very appropriate, consensual, mysterious, and mystical way. Harry Morrow's out here in the Midwest doing my Midwest swang. Yow. Joined, as always, by my co-prof, my co-host with the most,
Mickey Jacobs. So glad to be here with you, Harry. How the hell are you? Are you staying cool? Is it muggy? Talk to me.
It is muggy as a motherfucker out here, and I don't love it. Like, I don't love waking up greasy, going to bed, showering, waking up greasy. That's not a good thing.
Nobody likes that.
Like, I'm washing the sheets way more often than I typically am. I did yard work all day today, so 9 hours of yard work, which is pretty fun. When I say all day, I mean all day.
All damn day.
All damn day. We finally got some mulch. Like, the city delivers mulch every once in a while. We had to slip in $20, and they finally did it after 3 months of waiting. So we have this huge wood chip pile.
You had to bribe the mulch man?
Yeah, that's right. We had to drop a little coin their way, drop a little paper to get that wood. And they dropped it off. So shout out to them. And we got a lot of stuff in the yard to do. We're trying to turn our backyard. You've already seen it a little bit. We're trying to turn our backyard into like an English garden, essentially. Maybe a little more natural looking than your typical English garden. But when we first got it, for those that don't know, I have like an acre of land. It used to be an acre of grass, just straight grass. And now we've got a little orchard. We have some flower beds. We've got an herb garden. We've got a veg garden, a whole bunch of different sections in there. So that's the long play with our property, and that's what I've been up to. Mickey, how about you? Tell me what you've been doing, son.
Been bowling, been working, just keeping my head up. I showed you a video. I picked up a big split last night. That was exciting.
Actually, I want to see if I can share that with the chat. Well, so keep talking about it. We'll share this video here.
That's just most heartbreaking thing that can happen during a game is you throw a big split and they're really hard to pick up. And I got one. I got a big one. I don't usually get them, especially in league. It's not one of the things I'm great at, but bold good, bold well.
I like 185. Bold good sounds good.
Bold good, baby. But 185 average on the night. Had a 200 game. We got swept. We were playing against some real ringers. Some former youth bowlers, and those kids don't play. Well, they do play. They play hard. They play hard. They're really good. I actually
minimize it for right now. Sorry, we'll put it in the bigger one.
This is funny because I'm so excited in the video. But
we'll show it here in a sec.
These youth bowlers are so good, and in one frame, I got stuck like on my slide foot. I kind of caught myself. And I had to like break my fall on the lane. I put my hands on the lane and I struck. And again, some teams, they go, and one. they call that an and one. Against the youth bowlers, that's a foul. And
they call that a foul?
They called foul on me. That's my first official time that I've been called for a foul. My foot wasn't over the line, but my hands sure as hell were. So that was a foul. I did pick up the foul though, because I basically it's basically like a gutter ball, but then I struck, and so it counted as a spare.
Okay.
So I struck twice, but
so even if you don't fall like on the ground, it's still a foul.
Well, my hands broke my fall, so my hands were over the line.
Oh, okay, I got it. Now
it was technically a foul. It's just not everybody cares. You know, like not everybody calls it. Like I said, sometimes you're bowling up against a team that's just like, hell yeah, I love the and one when you fall
and
still get the and get the strike and get the strike.
All right, we're gonna try to show this here, but go ahead.
Okay.
Sorry,
because if you can't show it, that's fine too.
No. We're talking about
all right. Then everyone's getting
oh, you're a all-star.
Yeah, but look at that. That's what you want to see. A little too excited, but we show emotion. We show emotion on the lanes here. I'm not a stoic bowler, but I'm not kicking the ball returns. I'm not like some people.
What does kicking the ball returns mean?
If you like miss something or if you're angry, you like it's literally you kick the ball return on your way back.
Do that?
Oh yeah, dude.
Oh,
people get angry. People yell, "I hate this game." But I'll tell you what game I don't hate. Besides bowling, I don't hate bowling, but I don't hate basketball.
Ooh,
and
transition.
You like that? You like that? It was a little clunky. But we got a little news. One of the 2 roster slots that we had open still, we got one of them filled with Javonte Green. Javonte. So how are you feeling?
When I saw the signing of Javonte Green, I didn't really know who he was. I saw the height and I saw the 3-point percentage, and I was like, okay, so why this guy? I guess all I thought was like, okay, so I mean Beasley's for sure not coming back to the Pistons. That's just not happening, and I still don't think it's happening at this point. But that essentially hammered the lid on that, and then I put it out to my buddy on Blue Sky because he's a Chicago fan. He was tweeting about how Detroit's going to make it to Detroit in 6, no matter what round, no matter where. And I was like, okay, tell me about Javonte. Tell me on Javonte. And all the stuff I'm hearing about him is he's a defensive playmaker, hustler, try hard, the biggest 6'4" guy you've ever seen. And he played the most of his minutes at the 4. So cool. Backup 4, maybe at 6'4", 6'5", fine. I'm cool with that. If other people like this player who I don't know, and we're talking about a backup rotation, end of rotation guy, I ain't mad at it. Tell me your thoughts, Mickey.
What I have a question first. Was your buddy saying Pistons in 6, no matter who, because of the Javonte Green pickup, or just like sort of in general?
They already like the way the Pistons are doing things. And then when the Javonte thing happened, it's just like a continuation of the good decision-making the Pistons have been doing, the good player selection.
Well, I'll cop to the fact that I also was not, I apologize, Javonte Green. I was not familiar with your game, and I'm still not particularly. I watched Bryce Simon's breakdown. Check out Motor City Hoops if you want to see a breakdown of one of his games. Was it when he was with the Pelicans or the Cavs?
I don't know.
I can't remember.
I can't lie. I didn't watch it. Sorry, Bryce. I've been very busy. It's been a lot. It's been a lot. Guys. But, follow Motor City Hoops, subscribe, and also like and subscribe to our podcast. Like and subscribe to our show. Get on it.
Plug our own 90. Stuff.
We're at 9-0. Just 10 away from hitting triple figgies. Get us to triple figgies. Get us to that CCC note. And we'll keep bringing you some must-see podcasty or stream or whatever you want to call it.
Yeah.
So anyway, back to your Javonte breakdown.
So by all accounts, it sounds like he's an absolute hustler who like makes winning plays and can hit open looks, knock down open looks. I'm not like, oh, cool, we got our backup 4. Like I like still would like some size off the bench. It does sound like he's a capable vet. Like it's not like a Bobby Clintman where it's like, I don't know if this guy's playable like in the NBA. Like Javonte Green is undeniably playable in the NBA, which is good.
Right.
But I like not every like short power forward can be your J-Dub, and I'm not expecting Javonte, but like 6'5" is God. What were you saying about Trajan and his wings?
Oh, that dude does wings better than Hooters, man. Like he loves them. Don't matter what type of rub. This man is all about that shit.
And it's a wings league, but I was actually just like, okay, maybe Trey Lyles is waiting on the Kuminga thing to land and just like plans to go to Golden State, sort of like Al Horford. That's sort of what I've heard is that's just like a matter of waiting for the dust to settle there. So, I don't want to be like angry that we didn't sign a guy who's not available to us, but I still think we could use that. And I was looking at the list of still available free agents, and I'm curious what you think about this. But for me, like, I'd almost rather have like a bowl.
No,
like you're anti bowl.
Why?
Even in like 10 minutes, like for 10 minutes a game, you're
who? Like
over like a Javonte Green, like over a Javonte. Okay.
I don't see what he adds. The Pistons already tried to get him. He failed the medical coming to get here. He's theoretically, but there's a reason he's moving around all over the place.
That is true.
And that size, I don't know how much that size is important when you have the thickness of dental floss. You know what I mean? Like it's that.
Wow.
He's no shade to Bull.
Yeah.
But he doesn't seem like the type of player who's going to come here and like really make a difference on this team, as opposed to a defensive hustler, like a guy who's like, who knows who's going to be a role player, knows what his role is. I don't think there's questions about his potential. Like with Bull, it's like, oh, this guy could be amazing if only a couple of these things changed. With Javonte, it's like, we know who this guy is. This guy knows who he is, and he's going to be the best him possible as a backup. And I love this wing rotation thing that's going on with the Pistons, because it's like, okay, we don't know who the backup for is, but we do know that Ausar, Ron, Tobias, Javonte, Stu, Paul Reed are all capable. Bobby Klintman, they're all capable of playing the four, kind of, right? To some degree. So with that sort of variety, I don't know how necessary it is to have like a defined backup four. And part of this is going to go into like our next section, and that's going to be talking about like the Jaden Ivey contract and like money talk. I'm kind of curious about, like, do you try to get a four this year? Like if you get a backup four, it's like for a 1 year thing, but who even knows? Or do you try to get like your four of the future with expecting Tobias to come back and be your backup next year? And if that's the case, how much do you want to invest in your four? Because is that four going to be Ron, or is that four going to be somebody else? And who's the starting two guard in this situation? So let's.
You want to transition into starting two guard stuff? Yeah.
Let's transition to Jaden Ivey here, because John Hollinger posted that through his like stats, Ivey would be like somewhere in the $10 million a year player range, just based on statistical stuff, which isn't really what Ivey's going to get.
Wait, really?
Yeah, because of like effectiveness and like just minutes and all that other stuff.
Wow.
But it's not really what he's saying they should pay them. It's just like he's in this range of like effectiveness. I don't think that's necessarily true. But you and I have both been pretty pro. Let's bring Ivey back. And 25 is not like a bad number.
In theory, movable if it doesn't work out.
In theory, right? Movable, but is it really that movable at this point? Because there are a lot of other guards making that kind of money. Like Norm Powell's making less than that. Norm Powell's scoring a ton of points, pretty similar to Jaden Ivey. Jalen Green's numbers not that dissimilar, and he's paid too much, right? Like Bradley Beal, almost exactly same numbers, and that was its whole situation
of course
going on. And then you and I had a discussion off air about Nembhard and Naismith against Jaden Ivey. And I was like, Nembhard would be like way cheaper. But Nembhard's 18, 19, 20, even though his stats aren't like anything really near Ivey as far as like point production goes. So let's first break down what is ideal for the Pistons in their starting two spot.
Defense, shooting, and I think to a lesser degree playmaking.
In what order, I suppose?
I would say shooting, defense, then playmaking.
Okay,
you could maybe swap the first two. What would you say?
I think shooting, defense, depending on who your four is, I guess shooting, but like really shooting, because if Asar's out there, you want a good defender, sure, but Asar's your like stud defender, right. So. And Duran's been pretty decent as far as defense goes. Cade's pretty decent as far as defense goes. So it's, to me, it's like you don't necessarily need a defense first guy. You don't need like a Dyson Daniels to be your two. Wouldn't be terrible, but I think
fit-wise, it's not as
the shooting to me is like the most important part.
Yeah.
So if that's the case, if you look at Ivy stats from last year, pretty good, because the three ball was sick, almost 41%. The defense work in progress, but he has defensive tools and he has defensive effort and he cares. And another year in the system, we'll see how it goes. Like a full year in the system of JB, we'll see how it goes. And the playmaking, again, we'll see. He had point guard duties his first year because Cade was down. Turnovers are an issue, sure, but like they're not that much of an issue compared to how a lot of other players are as well, who would be the secondary ball handlers.
I don't know if I agree with that.
I know you don't, but
because last season he had 4 assists to 3 turnovers, and that's not great.
But not as the point guard, like just as the like
that's true. That's true.
Scorer.
That's right.
And like again, when I'm talking about guys like Jaylen Brown, that's like almost 3 turnovers a game. The secondary scorer often has that high. I think I'll cede that I would like it to be less, and I cede that it's a worry. I just am not as worried about it on the whole.
The context for me is just that Cade is a turnover-prone lead guard, and that is set in stone.
Right.
So like that. I'm not saying like Ivey's like assist to turnover ratio is egregious among all like starting 2 guards. It's just like the world we're in, and then also Duran also being sort of turnover prone
a little bit, yeah,
and Asar too is a little bit as well.
A little bit, yeah. So okay, let me ask you this then: would you rather Ivey score 24 points a game with 3 turnovers a game, or score 18 points a game with 1.5 turnovers a game?
100% the second option.
Yeah,
I think. But 6 less points.
6 fewer points per game.
Well, I guess what's the assists? Does it matter? It doesn't matter.
In both, let's call it 3.54.
Yeah, I think it's impressive that we were able to win last season as many games as we did with as many turnovers as we had. And I think it's an area where like I think everyone else's scoring is going to go up too. I don't think Ivey should like necessarily. I mean, that's a really tough scenario. I still think I'm going to lean. I've just like really turnovers are like a huge pet peeve for me, and they're just like a trend with the team. So like we're not the best ball handlers. So I feel like if Ivey could still score relatively efficiently, but just not be as much of a liability, because like those are just like points on the other end. So like, yeah, you've got 3 turnovers and he's sinking 24 points, but like he gives up, let's say like 6 to 10 points on the other end. So I think it kind of balances out in a way, but I would feel better if I could trust him with the ball in his hands more.
Okay.
You'd rather him put up those 24 points.
No, I was just curious. I actually don't know the answer. Let me ask you this then. He was on our team, and it sounds like he wants to make like a certain amount of money. I don't know how much money he actually is going to make. Quentin Grimes averages 1.9 turnovers per game. He's not going to score. He's not the same offensive threat that Jaden Ivey is. Would you rather Quentin Grimes or Jaden Ivey as you're starting to?
Assuming they're both healthy?
Yeah.
Quentin Grimes.
Ooh.
Quentin Grimes, the archetype of Quentin Grimes, to me makes perfect sense next to Cade. He's not like a great distributor. Like he's not like a point guard by any means. And like, I'm also not trying to put too much stock in the sort of ball that he was playing in Philly, because that was due to everyone being hurt. But I will say, like, even before then in Dallas, and once he got to Philly, the efficiency was really good. And he's a defensive specialist. He's a 3-and-D 2-guard. Like that to me makes sense to me. And then we can have like a proper backup point guard. But I think in a vacuum, I would rather have Quentin Grimes at the 2 next to Cade. Yeah, that fit wise, that makes more sense to me.
Okay. Other guards like in that vicinity, right? So Ben Math, 1.9 turnovers per game as well.
But I don't think he's as good a defender as Quentin Grimes.
No, he's not. But I'm just talking about like what type of guys would you want? Would you rather Ben Math or Jaden Ivey?
I think Ivey, because I think he's a better scorer, although they're kind of similar. What's Ben Math's efficiency?
11.8 points per game and 458 shooting, 34% from 3 on 4 attempts a game.
Ivey's better than that.
Yes.
Or recently he's shown the ability to be better than that. Yeah. I also think Ivey, I could be wrong about this, but I think he's a better passer. How many assists does Ben Math have?
Ben Math averages what, like 1.9 assists per game?
Yeah. So if he's got 1.9 turnovers to like, so Ivy's
Better than that. Yeah.
Yeah. I think I like Ivy better than Ben Math on a lot of levels, but Ben Math to me doesn't have that. He's also not like Quentin Grimes. Like if we didn't have Asar, you could put Quentin Grimes on like the other team's best guard. Like Quentin Grimes is a stopper. So
yeah, they already passed on him, which is too bad because
but apparently he didn't want to be here for the number that we were willing to offer him.
Right.
But yeah, like to your question, in a vacuum, I think I'd rather have Quentin Grimes at the 2 next to Cade than Jaden Ivey. That makes more sense to me in terms of the qualities that you and I talked about.
How about this? Dante DiVincenzo averages 1.6 turnovers per game, 3.6 assists per game. I think that's right.
Yeah. I would rather have Dante DiVincenzo.
So there are guys.
There are guys.
What is Dante DiVincenzo's contract? Let's look that up real quick. This is just captivating stuff for the show.
No, this is really I mean, I know people love watching us look stuff up. 12K.
12 million. Yeah.
Sorry, excuse me, 12 million. Yeah.
Next 3 years, 12 million next year, 12 and a half the year after that.
And he is a dog on defense.
Yeah.
I hate him.
Yeah. He's a player I hate on other teams, but I would love on our team.
So what is this? And by the way, also worth mentioning that he's like, 5 years older than Ivy or something, 4 to 5 years older than Ivy. He's like 28 to Ivy's what, like 23,
he's 25, he's 24. Yeah.
Yeah. So what are you driving at, Harry? When it comes to Ivy, you and I have talked about re-signing him. Are you still?
I wouldn't be opposed to like re-signing him, but now I'm like not as sure. Like at first I was like, let's just give him that extension now on the cheap because he could be way more expensive. Now, when I'm like thinking about it more and like looking at these kind of score first guys, the thing with Ivy is you have to bet that he's going to get better defensively. You have to bet he's going to score more points. You have to bet he's going to continue shooting the 3 ball, and all that stuff is possible. Like it's all very possible. But if he just starts scoring better, but the defense stays what it is and the assists and turnovers stay what they are, then it's like, is that a $25 million player? And also, is Ron Holland maybe the answer at the 2 at that point? Because if Ron Holland let's say Ron Holland shoots the 3 at like 30, I know this would be crazy. Let's say he shoots the 3 at 37% this year.
That is nuts.
It's nuts. But it looked good in the summer league, right?
I mean, yeah, and like this is so. I mean, whatever. I'm not. We're all adults. These are professional athletes. Whatever. Like, I think we've talked about this. I don't think Ivy could have maintained 40% from 3 across 80 games. In his previous 2 seasons, I think he shot like 33 and 34% from deep. And we've seen him have like blazing hot stretches, and we've also seen him like in absolute like ruts. So I just think that's the kind of player he is. And like in the same way that I wouldn't expect Malik Beasley to do what he did last year again, I don't know if I would expect Ivy to like maintain that level of shooting. And yeah, if that's his best skill, I mean, his best skill is his first step, but if like you're talking about, it's just like pure scoring, like, are there other cheaper options that also are better defensively? Like, yeah, that's true. But like, and this is just devil's advocate stuff. Like, I don't know that like Quentin Grimes or Dante DiVincenzo are, but I do think that Ivy is a closer, and I think he can get buckets in a bunch of different ways and can also get to the line and is also like still improving. Mm-hmm. So I don't think I think sort of probably going to max out as like a neutral defender. Like, I don't see him being like a great defender that like wants the tough assignments, whether he gets them or not. But yeah, I'm it's given me pause now too, just because you're seeing what other guards who fit the mold of what you would want out of a 2 next to Cade sort of fill. And then also there is the question of like, what's Ron going to be?
Right.
Cause sorry. What made me think about this was just like Ron, maybe he's not going to average 37, but like maybe Ivey's not going to average 37. If they're both between 33 and 36,
that'll be disappointing if they're both between 33 and 36.
Who would be disappointing for who?
More for Ivey. Way more for Ivey.
But if I mean, frankly, if Ron Holland averages around 30, you're like, all right, he's gotten a lot better.
No, if he averaged 30, I'd be upset. I think, from this year.
Okay, because he was like what 24 last season.
I think that's right, but it felt like it was getting better throughout the year. He has got a whole year in the NBA. The role is more defined. He's worked with Fred Vinson. I would like to see the improvement. And like I said, in Summer League, it just looked better. Like overall, it looked better. And it didn't look like the shot was broken in the first place. So it's like maybe a minor adjustment here or there. And the Ivey jump looked real on his 3-ball last year. And so like seeing it one year and then seeing it drop back is way more disappointing to me than like just a small increase, but they'd still be disappointing nonetheless. What I'm trying to get at with the Ron versus Ivey situation is it's like, okay, do you pay everybody, even if it's like a little bit less? And if Ron is shooting 37% from three, like at a full clip, he's going to be fucking expensive. Like no joke. He's just gonna be super expensive because if he can shoot and he can play defense, that's a two-way guy.
That's knocking on the door of the starting lineup. That's
beyond knocking on the door.
Yeah, that's in the starting lineup. Kicking it open. Yeah,
that's knocking on like a $200 million deal, right? Like if you're putting up those kind of numbers. With that in mind, like let's say Ron makes that jump while Ivey stays. If Ivey has a good year like he did this year, is it more sensible to keep the whole team together and to just pay and hope that you can get away with paying all 5 of these guys that much money, and putting Ron at the floor essentially in that situation? Or do you not bring back Ivey? Do you trade Ivey at the trade deadline? You start Ron at the 2 and then look for a cost-effective 4 who can guard 4s. And then your top 3, your 3 wing defenders and guard defenders are Cade, Ron, Asar, with Duren as the anchor. What do you really need for your 4 position? How much money would that cost? And how much are you saving for that team?
Yeah. I'm hesitant now to pay Ivey. I mean, but that's why I wouldn't be surprised if he goes into this season without, like nothing's set in stone yet. Like I really want to see through the deadline, like what we're looking like. And I think if one of them is more likely to get paid than the other, Duren is more likely to get paid because of his established chemistry with Cade and just sort of like everything that he brings. And he's also like 3 years younger than Ivey.
He's young. He's enormous. He's a top tier big. Like he's not an elite big or anything, but he's above average for starting bigs.
Definitely.
So like, it's hard to say no. And for replacing Duren, I've talked about this ad nauseum. Who are you going to get? Yeah. Like that, who are you going to get to replace Ivey? And this is no shade to Ivey. It's just, there are a lot more options. And there are a lot of people like kind of being shopped around. Like I said, Norm Powell got for nothing, essentially. And that's not that far off of what Ivey is.
Yeah. You know who's interesting, who I feel like nobody talks about, and I realized I'm remembering why nobody talks about him. Oh, wait, am I? Because I was like thinking of other names like that, everybody talked about how Mark Williams, was like a terrible defender and injury prone.
Yeah.
Why does nobody talk about Nick Williams? And by the way, both of these guys are now in Phoenix,
right? That's fine. No,
like, which is as is
shot into the sun.
And who else? They have another center that makes no sense for them to have. I feel like.
Oh, they just signed the kid out of Duke, Kamen Malawak. I think.
Right. So they have. It's just weird, but in 20 minutes for the Hornets last season, like basically from like 20 to 23 minutes, Nick Richards is putting up like almost like 9-ish points and 8-ish rebounds, and is like a true 7-footer, lob threat, that kind of guy. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, like, and I'm not like super familiar with Nick Richards. I haven't like watched a ton of Nick Richards, but like, that's all interesting to me. Like, that he is 27. It's not like the same upside, but just like that's a serviceable dude who's putting up big numbers in less than 25 minutes. What did Duren average last year? 26. So not actually a ton. Like there's still room for growth, and he's putting up 12 and 10.
Yep.
So that I get why he's more promising, but like, yeah, there are names. There's just not that many names. There's not whether it's Day'Ron Sharpe or Nick Williams. Like, these aren't like super exciting, like who have an established connection with Cade, like that's been forged over the past 3 years and everything. And what do we got here?
What do you mean?
Oh, I thought you were pulling something up.
Oh no, sorry. No, you're fine.
But no, I'm pretty, like, even though Duren is like basically a non-shooter at this point, and Ivey's shooting has improved, I still think Duren's more likely to get re-signed or extended or whatever, however it works.
Yeah, I think so too. I mean, Younger has an established role, not much competition, not as many options to replace him. You know what you're getting with him, and it's pretty good. With Ivey, you know what you're getting to. It's pretty good. It's just a question of how much money you're willing to pay for that. Because like I think you'd rather have Nembhard at the contract he's getting than Ivey at 25.
Yeah, when we were talking off air, we were looking into Nembhard, and the regular season stats are really like they're whelming. They're not overwhelming, they're not underwhelming, they're just whelming. He explodes in the postseason, as does Nesmith. Like, they're both good. And we watched this House of Highlights circulated this clip of him pulling the chair from guys on drives, and it is such a nuanced skill that does not show up in the box score. And like, also, he's just like a on-ball pest who gave everybody fits throughout the postseason. And to be doing that and shooting like upwards of 45 from deep on increased volume, as you said, I got a Nembhard on. I really do.
Well, he really has that postseason clarity, if you know what I mean.
Certainly does, dude. It's and I also I've talked to you too. I think without Halliburton, I think he's really gonna pop. Like, kind of how like Poole had a big opportunity in Golden State, Steph's injuries, to sort of like step into a role and really fill it. Except I think Nembhard's a two-way guy. Like, I think he's absolutely on both ends. Yeah, that's a
have
prediction here.
I have concerns about his offense without Halliburton, but regardless, like, just think about how serviceable that would be. It's like, okay, maybe that's not such a big deal. I think really what the big question is, what does this Detroit Pistons starting lineup need anywhere outside of Cade? And the answer is another point scorer. They need someone who can get points. Then the question is, does this guy have to be the guy who scores points, or are there other options out there that you could get that score points that maybe are more monetarily flexible?
Yeah. And who are plus defenders, or, it's like specialty shooters. We got some in the chat. What do we got?
Someone left the Nembhard on, man.
He's good. We love Nesmith too. And by the way, like, some of the stuff we were talking about with backup fours, like, yeah, they might not get that many minutes, but when you look at the backup fours in Indiana, you got like Jarris Walker and Obi Toppin, and like, they're big and tough and can shoot.
Right.
And like, that's the kind of shit I want. Like, that's the kind of stuff that I like.
I like it too. I just don't think there are that many of them out there, and there sure are none out there right now.
Yeah. And like, this is part of why, and I know he's not big, but I think he plays big, and I think he's just like a more skilled player. You know what I'm going to say, don't you?
I do.
I was thinking of going to bed and putting on my jammies, my PJs,
yeah.
my PJs, PJ Washington, because if you could get him on a reasonable contract, I think he could step in and be your for the future. And I know I was talking about big guys, and he's not that big, but
Javonte Green size.
He's like a little bigger.
He's a
teeny bit bigger, and a lot more skilled, and a guy who plays on both ends. But it's not happening.
I digress.
I digress. Wash my hands of it. But we're talking a lot about Indiana, which sort of factors into our next segment, unless you have more Pistons Pistons stuff.
we still have more because they released the schedule. Mickey, we haven't even talked about the schedule.
I'm sorry, I was trying to segue into.
I know you got. Save it.
It's all right. It's all right. It's all right.
Hold your Hoosiers, dude.
Sorry, hold my Hoosiers. Yeah.
But if you will, the Pistons released a little video. So let's show that video to show how the schedule release came out. Let's see if this works.
Schedule about to drop. I need to get these schedules out to everybody. Lil Ron, let's get these schedules to everybody by 3:15 sharp. Appreciate you.
Why I still gotta do this?
Oh, all right.
I don't even know why I'm still doing this. Matter of fact, hey yo, Chaz!
Okay, that commercial or that ad feels so much like those old Sports Center ads. Back in the day, right?
Yes.
Like super on to it. Oh, and don't forget to like and subscribe. Again,
Don't forget.
bring it back. Like
We're talking about every shred of news you get from the Pistons in the dog days of summer. We're doing movies. I jumped the gun on that, but we're tell a friend. We're glad you're in the chat bouncing off us. That's always fun.
Shout out Ascend in the chat. King of the Crown, #1. Shout out.
Yeah, ascend, more like full send.
So, like, let's cover a little bit about the Pistons schedule because their first two games are away. The first game is at Chicago, and I like that a little Ron on modest action, a little Midwest.
That's fun.
Put up
That's
your
fun.
Dukes action, and that. Oh, thank you, Asen. Always, already and always subscribed. Big shout outs. So the first game is at Chicago against the Bulls. So this is against the floundering team with the Pistons looking like ready to keep that energy. The Pistons already seeing red, and they're going to be seeing a lot of red in Chicago. I'm excited about that game. How are you feeling about it?
Feel good about it, especially because Chicago's been floundering for a minute, or like middling for a minute, but the Zach LaVine threat is gone.
Yeah.
Like just like the even though we should win this game, the chance that he's gonna drop a 50 ball on us at any time is like not there anymore. So I feel good about that.
No more LaVine La Vida Loca out there for him.
No,
bring it back to last week.
Yeah, dude, that you're in your bow bag,
yeah,
dude, in your in your Estes bag. But yeah, no, I feel good about that. I mean, Kobe White's good, but I think Josh Giddey puts up stats and isn't necessarily that much of a winning player. I think Vooch had a lights out season last year, but I don't necessarily expect him to repeat that.
Remember the last couple Pistons games against Chicago? Like the 40-point massacre.
Yes, I do.
Going on?
Yeah.
Oh my goodness! So
it was revenge, dude. It was the nights Chicago died. If you little paper lace.
Love the ref. Pretty great. So yeah, great way to kick off the season. October 22nd at 8 p.m. in Chicago. Second game also away. Still seeing red. This time seeing Red Rockets. The Houston Rockets.
That'll be fun. We got the twins.
Twin battling. Kevin Durant in the house. Kevin Durant and Cade, last time they faced off, Cade, I think, blasted one from deep in Durant's eye to essentially end that game. So I can't wait. And people are expecting the Rockets to be like championship contenders. Meanwhile, I expect Detroit to be a championship contender. So that should be a game.
Yeah, no, I'm excited. I love that Cade and KD go at it every time they play. Oh, yeah. I remember KD saying, like, he doesn't hold back. Like some people hold back and like call me old head and stuff. And like, I love that. It's fun. It's fun, but
that's a great way to kick off the season. And as Asen said, the Bulls should be relegated to the G League. I guess if they were in the G League, would they still finish in the middle? Is that the question?
Find a way, dude. Yeah. They'd find a way. It's weird. I feel bad because I have a lot of friends in Chicago.
Me too.
And
born in Chicago. You went to school in Chicago.
Yeah, they're not happy with the way. It's not like they love that.
They have coaching stability at the very least.
Yeah. Billy D,
former Florida coach, head coach of Florida University back in the day, back in the Al Horford days, I think. Maybe the Mike Miller days, if you want to go that far back. Okay. Pistons home opener October 26th against the Boston Celtics. And I kind of like that because I remember the last time the Pistons played the Celtics at home and how that game went.
Yeah, man. It'll be really interesting to see what the Celtics look like. Regardless, I would expect Duren to feast.
Oh, yeah.
Because I feel like they don't have any bigs right now. Like that could change, I guess, but they don't have a center. I'm curious, just like, do you think Derek White is going to thrive, or do you think that without the gravity of some of the players that they lost, like Tatum and Holiday and Porzingis, do you think that he's gonna have more to do and that's gonna spread him a little thinner, like he won't get as much open looks?
I still think he's going to be a good player, like just straight up.
Too.
He's a good player. They have enough good players. Like it's not like Brown's not there anymore.
Right.
They'll be fine. I don't think they're going to be like bottom of the East or anything. They still have good dudes on that.
Do you expect a career year for Jay Brown?
No. Maybe by like a little bit, but nothing like eye-popping. I don't.
Yeah.
How about you?
Yeah, I'm actually really excited for him to see, like, you know, that it's not the Jays anymore. It's just the one J, just the J. But we got a Garza comment.
Oh, Garzella.
Yeah.
Luka Garza should be their starting center. Hilarious.
I mean, he's kind of Porzingis light in a way. He's kind of no. It'll be interesting to see if he gets real minutes. I feel like he didn't play much in Minnesota, although they have two pretty good bigs. So yeah, no, I'm excited for that. I'm interested to see. I think Boston's going to be very fallible, but I don't think they're going to be as bad as everybody thinks. They've still got some talent. I think Pritchard can fucking hoop, unfortunately, and yeah, we'll see.
Well, I'm excited to see how it all goes. Also excited to watch the Pistons play on MLK Day. That should be pretty cool. I know some people wanted to play on Christmas. I don't care they're not playing on Christmas. I'm actually happy for the players that they don't have to play on Christmas. I think, like, yeah, it's cool, it's a highlight, but like, you want to spend it with your family, right? Even if it's not like I'm not like a huge Christmas celebrator or anything like that, but I'm sure a lot of people are out there. I wonder why.
Yeah, that's weird.
That we're not, not to call anything out on our show or anything like that. But
we got ladies in our lives who I don't want to speak out. Is Hannah not a Christmas gal?
She's not chosen. Yeah, no.
No, I know.
We do Christmas, just like
nice.
Sure, why not?
Yeah.
But like nothing super special about the whole day for us. But I know for a lot of people it is. So like, great, spend it with your family. I'm happy for that. I'm happy for the players. Pistons apparently they have 16 either nationally televised or streaming games this season.
Yes,
pretty friggin' cool.
Yeah,
really excited about that. It should be a ball out season, and we don't have to predict how many games they're gonna win this year, but Mickey, let's do it anyway. I'll give you my call out if you're ready for it.
Yeah, go ahead.
49. I think they win 49 games this year.
What did they win last year?
I think 42 or 43.
I was going to say we were going to break 50. I thought you were for sure going to say they were going to break 50.
Definitely a chance.
I was going to say like 51.
51's good. They won 44 last year. 44 and 30.
That's what I'm saying, dude. I think plus like a SAR with a full off season. Like, I don't know. I'm hopeful. I know we lost some of our shooting, but we gained some shooting. And I really think I think Karis LeVert is going to be solid in the backup point guard role. I know he's not like exactly a point guard, but I think he's like a decision maker and can he gets gravity. Like he's a bucket. Like,
you know what? You're pushing me over the edge here. Let's go. Yeah, let's go over 50. We're both over 50.
I honestly thought you were going to say like 60 or something.
It's to be so crazy, but were they that crazy? It'd probably be a little crazy.
Asen, bring us down to earth. We want to hear what your number is. What's the
Asen has a prediction.
Do they is there like Vegas odds yet?
I don't know. Vegas odds on how many games the Pistons will win. Not using AI, just as a heads up.
45-5. I take the over. I think
so too. I think that's fair. Not that I'm a betting man. You know how I feel about the betting and all that jazz. Yeah. But yeah, sure. Take that bet. I think it's a good bet.
Take it. Smart move.
So are you ready?
47. A said since 47. That's sane. That's very.
We got a reasonable viewer in the chat.
Yeah.
So if things go right, they could get past 50. I agree. I think if things go right is more likely than them falling apart, though. I feel it in my fingers. I feel it in my toes. Pistons is all around me. Love Actually goes. Pretty strange movie, but whatever. We'll give it a shout out. So, Mickey, now that we've talked all this Pistons, now that we've squeezed all the juice out of the red, white, and blue basketball.
Wrung
it dry. I was going to say 82, but he toned it down. Ridiculous. 82, outrageous. But because we've completed all our Pistons talk, we've got part 2 of our new segment on the show, which is the heat of the offseason basketball movie club. And this is a movie we agreed to do because I found it at the library. And so I was like, we should watch this. And it's also a classic. It is the movie Hoosiers. We both watched Hoosiers. And if you're out there, this is our first time watching this movie. Neither of us had seen it before, which is kind of surprising because I think it's a classic.
It's kind of like the basketball movie a lot of people think of.
Yeah. Definitely the basketball movie a lot of people think of. Mickey, what did you think of the basketball movie?
I thought it was like the Rudy of basketball, and then I realized that it's the same director. So that makes total sense. It's just like an underdog story and nothing more. So like, I mean, you kind of got to give it credit for being like the original one, like upon which like so many parodies and, you know, tropes and things are born of. But I didn't find it like super compelling. I thought it was pretty boring. I thought it was pretty cliche, even though it kind of like birthed all those cliches. What do you think, Harry?
I hated it.
I knew it.
I thought it was a straight up bad movie. Like bad. And I get that there are all these tropes about like the underdog winning, but those tropes existed before the movie. I'm positive.
Right.
Granted, I wasn't around too much before that movie, a little bit before.
It's like 86.
Yeah. So like I'm as old as that movie, give or take a couple of seasons. But watching it was driving me crazy. And here I'm going to start with a few nitpicky things. I hated him stalking this woman teacher like all over the place, like so creeped out by that.
It's a small town. He got his hair cut at her mom's house. Okay.
No, he was forcing the issue, my guy. I hated that. And I hated that she grew up on the farm and didn't know how to fucking use the farm tools.
That was bad. I wrote that down. She's just hacking away at the mud with the hoe.
You grew up on this shit. There's no way. Like, pick up
the almanac says it's time to plant the crops.
Driving me crazy. That stuff drives me crazy in movies, though. Like when,
you've got land, you work land, so I can see why that would rub you the wrong way.
Same with like when people are playing basketball. I'll give the movie this: like basketball during that time period wasn't great, but the basketball they were playing was like okay. It was like this is okay. Yeah. The weird jump shooting that Butcher was doing was pretty strange. So here are my other big issues. I hated hearing pass the ball 4 times over and over and over again with no other context, that just being the speech to pepper people up. Hated it. I hated that he won people over by doing absolutely nothing. Like he won over the kid who he benched by the kid punching somebody in the face. And he's like, did I do good, coach? How did you win? How did he win you over? You've just been losing games and hating this man for like nonstop. I hated the whole Dennis Hopper, I'm a drunk, being ridiculous out there. And then he's like burying his head in water like it's the Princess Bride.
He waterboards him. He does waterboard him.
He straight waterboards him. Yeah. He's like, you know how I'm going to cure this man's alcoholism? By putting him in incredibly high pressure situations in front of his fucking son. Like, insane to me. A-Sen said, I'd rather hear a speech about practice. Yes, get Allen Iverson in there instead. I didn't like that Jimmy Chitwood's like, I think it's time for me to play basketball, but only if coach stays. And it's like, he gave you this speech about you don't care if he plays like 10 games ago? Why has he won you over now? Also, why is the team so much better when you went up from like 6 to 7 players that you're on the way to the state championship? It just so wasn't compelling to me in the least bit. I hated these goddamn like racist against whatever townsfolk that was there. Fine, whatever. If that's like, I know racism like wasn't really the thing, but that's kind of what they're hinting at a little bit, right?
I mean, I thought that the city folk,
right?
And then there's not a black person in the movie until they go to Indianapolis,
right? Until they get to Indianapolis, outrageous. Like,
I meant to call the movie Honkies at the beginning instead of Hoosiers. It's just so it's pretty ridiculous. I was gonna ask you who you think was a better coach, Norman Dale or Monty Williams.
My God. I guess Norman Dale because he cared.
Ball movement.
Like there wasn't many times when he was just like,
yeah. At the very least, he was still screaming at the ref.
Yeah.
Did you like when I did kind of like when he purposefully threw himself out of the game so that Dennis Hopper had to step in and
so his kid could tell him what to call.
Oh, I was gonna ask what you thought of the picket fence play. What
bad?
Where just like two guys are basically a screen, and then one shooter curls around, and then I think you are a better player than Chintwood, Jimmy Chitwood.
I'll give him.
Chitwood sounds like a slur, by the way. I don't
it
feel
for sure
great
does.
saying it. Chitwood. I don't like that.
Speaking of slurs, the one thing I did like about the movie is I thought the terms that they used to insult people were hilarious. Calling each other a gorilla and a gizzard was very funny to me. I know gorilla, you could make that racist as well.
They're all whites.
Yeah. So there's
who are you calling a gorilla?
Yeah. You. I called you a gorilla. My best insult the whole game, the whole movie was when the equipment manager's taking that free throw to win the game. And the guy walks past him and goes, I didn't know they grew him this fall on the farm. He's like, oh. It's like,
yeah.
Oh my God, dude. The other thing I hated about this movie, absolutely hate. I know I'm just ranting about the hate.
No, it's all good.
That I hate about it is he was a professional coach who got kicked out of the league for physically assaulting a player on his team.
I believe he says he punched him in the jaw.
What? There's no way this man.
Redemption. It's a redemption. Also, by the way, that's not even like really the thing. Like his whole thing is not like temper. Like I know he still loses it at refs, but like they sort of make it seem like the refs are corrupt and homers and like that whole thing. It's a really weird detail that it doesn't seem like. To me, I thought it was like you didn't need it. Like it could have just been like he was a basketball coach, but he gave it all up to do the Navy, like to go be in the Navy, and then the Cletus brings him back. Yeah, Asen, I don't think you're missing much with this one, but
I got warned.
Go ahead.
No, you go ahead.
Well, you know how it like it's like because by the way, like we'll spoil it. It's from 1986, whatever. But like they go up against a team of actual basketball players in Indianapolis, and they're all huge and way better. And you're like, all right, well, they're not going to win, right? Like, and it'll be about how, like, they didn't win, but they made it to the championship for the first time and whatever, and they're an underdog and nobody expected it. They win. Mm-hmm. They inexplicably win.
They come back.
The guard on Jimmy Chitwood, like, or the guy guarding Jimmy Chitwood, like, somehow, like, doesn't block his very. Oh, I love the twist too, where it's like the plan is to not go to the star player. Like the plan is to use him as a decoy, and then the whole team's like, he's kind of the only good one. And he's like, I'll make it, coach. And sure enough, he does. There's not a lot of surprise. There's not a lot of like reversal of expectation. It's just sort of like an underdog story. What you think is going to happen happens. He's going to get the girl who he doesn't deserve. By the way,
who is a girl compared to him? Because
I was just going to ask you, what do you think the age difference is between those two actors? I looked it up.
You looked it up?
What do you? Yes. What do you think the age difference is between Gene Hackman and Barbara Hershey?
Here's first I'm going to say what I know. And what I know is my wife walked in me watching that movie and she says, "Is that dad kissing that daughter like that?" And it's not wrong.
1951, baby. 1950.
31 years is my guess.
The age gap?
Yeah. What is it?
It's 18, but it's still 18.
18 years.
And but yeah, like it's substantial. It's a substantial age difference. And he kisses her and she goes, "It's been a long time." And he goes, "For me too." Like she probably wasn't born the last time he kissed a lady. She was good though. It was a shitty role, but I thought she was doing her best. Yeah. I thought Gene Hackman's a good actor. Like it's doing the it's the script, it's the directing, you know. Dennis Hopper, it was pretty bad. It was pretty bad, to be honest, with the like trembling hands and
just come out, be out there and be drunk. My dad's favorite actor is Gene Hackman, and he's always said that.
That's every dad's favorite actor, by the way.
For real. I'm gonna ask you, Mickey, what is the best Gene Hackman role?
Ooh, I mean, like, I know everybody probably wants to say like French Connection, but I really do love him in Royal Tenenbaums.
He's pretty good in that. Okay, I'll give you that. He's pretty good in that movie.
Oh, he's really good in Royal Tenenbaums. What else?
You like him in The Replacements, a movie I used to love, and then
I fucking love him in the. I mean,
when was the last time you watched the movie?
I feel like not that long ago, but there's nothing you can say to me to make. I'm not saying it holds up. I'm just saying I love it. I loved The Replacements. Loved it because I was like, this is so fun. These underdogs. I love Keanu. I think what's his name? The guy who played from Swingers. What's the Swingers guy's name? Chef. You know what I'm talking about? Wait, not John Favreau.
Yeah, John Favreau.
I thought he was like psycho hothead. Yeah.
Right. And then Orlando Jones is in it. He's pretty funny. Like
Orlando Jones is really funny in it.
I like the players in that movie. And then I went back and I rewatched it. And this movie is about the NFL players saying, "Hey, our deal is not good." And the owners saying, "Well, fuck your union. We're hiring scabs." It's an anti-union, anti-labor movie. And it drives me crazy a little bit.
They're scabs, aren't they? Yeah. They're all a bunch of scabs. But the in this movie, the NFL players, the starters are dicks. And they're divas. And they're like I guess
that's what I don't like about the movie.
Yeah, I guess you're right.
Vilified the players. I
did forget about that. Also, Gene Hackman's quite good in The Birdcage. Doesn't have a huge role in it, but he's pretty good. Plus, he's in drag in that movie.
He's fine in The Birdcage. Nathan Lane is the Birdcage.
Of course.
It's that I don't know a role of Gene Hackman. I mean,
Ascend, you got to see the Bird. You got to see The Birdcage.
The Birdcage is incredible.
Don't watch Hoosiers. See The Birdcage.
Yeah. Hoosiers, by the way, I think has like an 8.1 on IMDb.
I think it was like Oscar nominated or something.
Insane, absolute insanity to me. I got warned on Blue Sky. Someone's like, it doesn't.
Best actor and a support. I think Dennis Hopper is probably nominated for some fucking reason. A lot of people in it, by the way, like never went on to do anything. I thought the guy who played Dennis Hopper's son was pretty good. He went on to do some things. I thought Barbara Hershey was good in spite of it being he loves The Birdcage.
Yeah. Birdcage is incredible.
Yeah.
Oh, you know who else rips in The Birdcage?
Oh, I know exactly what you're gonna say. What's his name from Simpsons?
Yeah.
As Agador, yeah. Dude,
so fucking funny when he's forced to wear shoes and he goes and answers the door, he just fucking falls.
Yeah,
so friggin' funny. Why are we blanking on his name? He's incredible. Also, is
it Hank Azaria?
Hank Azaria is correct.
Yeah. Nathan Lane is always. I love that this just became about The Birdcage. That's awesome. It is so underrated, and there's he's always talking about his Pirin tablets. He needs his Pirin tablets, and made like a graphic like of him being like in the style of like a Liechtenstein, where he's like, if without my Pirin tablets, I don't know if I can go on. It's fucking awesome. I'll send it to you.
You gotta find it and post it on Blue Sky under our episode. People who miss this episode. Just change it if I don't have my Order of the Blazing Horse episodes. I don't know if it can go on.
That's awesome.
Meme it up, dude.
For sure. Yeah, turn her art into a meme. She made it for her aunt and uncle who are big fans. I watched it with them for the first time.
Incredible.
But yeah, no, it ain't good. I'm trying to think if there's any 18-year age gap. How much, by the way, I didn't play high school hoops, and I know this is 1951. How high scoring were these games? Because I feel like the final score is like 40 points. Is that normal? That's accurate.
I think that's like not crazy in all honesty. I mean, it's probably a little bit more now. Spoiler alert, I didn't play high school hoops either. I played rec ball in high school. You got to remember, Mickey, I graduated 4'11".
Well, I was gonna say, did you relate to Ollie?
No, because I wasn't no bitch about my height. Like I had such a Napoleon complex, and like I balled despite the height. Like
there you go.
You know, it's not like
Hard over height.
I refused to be equipment manager because that was below my 4'11" stature.
Yeah.
I too smalled. I
love that with the celly. Yeah, that's awesome. You can't guard me. What do you think is better, Ollie's granny free throw shot or Jeremy Sohan's one-handed free throw shot?
Better that it makes me laugh more.
It's just what would you do if you couldn't shoot a conventional free throw?
Underhand, I think.
You go Ollie. See,
yeah.
Okay. And then here's the thing I didn't understand in the movie. Maybe this was okay then. Maybe this is okay in high school, and I just don't know it. There were a lot of timeouts being called while the other team had possession.
That was very strange.
What is going on? You can't do that.
No, that's something that happens in movies all the time. I'm like, this ain't right. This ain't how it works.
Like, was it in 19? Could you just call a timeout whenever? And it was like, all right.
I don't think so. I think that's phony baloney. I think that's just story forts and stuff. Also, one thing I loved, and I'm not sure if this was how basketball shorts were back in the day. I loved that the basketball shorts had belts. I think that was so funny that they were these short, glossy shorts and there'd be a belt on that motherfucker. Awesome stuff.
What class was Gene Hackman also teaching in that movie? Because the Dennis Hopper's son hangs back and he's like, I don't see what you're doing with my dad. I don't see it. He's gonna fuck it up and do something stupid. And he's right. He's absolutely right.
Yeah,
he really does.
Alcoholism is a disease.
So. Yeah, you may have been playing with fire on that one, but you know he does win one game with the decision. But
wins the game, dries himself out.
But yeah, that's like I think the first time we see that he's also a teacher. That like they brought him in to teach, and Ollie, I believe, is like giving a presentation on like grain hoppers or something. So I just thought that was a weird moment where I was like, wait, I didn't know he's also an educator.
Well, he says that like in the first scene when he first meets the lady teacher.
Oh, does he?
Barbara, he's like, okay. I'm also doing this, by the way. It was nice to meet you, or whatever. And it's like,
oh, that's good. They got that out of the way. They took care of that.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. I feel like his leather jacket did a lot of heavy lifting in that movie. He did.
It sure seemed that way.
Yeah.
So out of all the basketball movies I've ever seen, this ranks near the bottom for me. And I've seen a lot. It's pretty poor. I really didn't enjoy it. I would not recommend anybody watch it. Big bummer. That being said, our guy, Ian McCullough, shout out Ian McCullough on Blue Sky. He responded to our last podcast. We said the first person to suggest a movie will be the one that we watch next time. And we're going to watch one that both Mickey and I have watched. And if you haven't seen, you got to see this movie. I dream that you watch this movie because it is Hoop Dreams. It is a...
Oh, yes.
It's a documentary.
Yeah, Chicago, baby.
Snubbed for the awards. And snub is correct. It is compelling. It is heartbreaking. It is eye-opening. It's some serious business.
Oh, thank you, Ian. It'll be a nice palate cleanser after watching Hoosiers, aka Honkies. Yeah, that was rough. That was not. It was. I started it after getting home from bowling last night, and like it was late. I get home late, but I was like, well, whatever. I'll put it on and I'll finish it in the morning. I like fell asleep, not just because I was tired, but because it was a snooze fest.
Yep.
It was not good.
Bad stuff. Asen, you're in the chat. After we watch Hoop Dreams, is there a basketball movie that you think we should do afterward?
Yeah, so far we watched Blue Chips and Hoosiers. So you've got wide open range.
Full court press.
Yeah, you got shoot from anywhere. Anyway, while he's giving us a recommendation, remember to like, remember to subscribe.
Oh, yeah.
Remember to tell a friend. Like I know Asen will, and and just stay with us. Tap in. We're gonna be following the Pistons. We're gonna be watching a few more movies until preseason, and who knows, maybe beyond. But we stay with us.
I did think about going to the Motor City Cruise tryouts to try out for the team, and then I played in the historic baseball World Tournament this last weekend. Played 3 games. And my body has not recovered from playing vintage baseball for 2 days. So I think jumping up and down with a bunch of 20-year-olds is probably not the best way to go.
You should still go. You should do it.
I might go to watch, but I ain't
it's open tryouts?
It's open tryouts. And ASEN says Space Jam, LOL.
I assume you mean the original.
Yes, the original, right? Not the LeBron James.
I've seen that one plenty of times, and I do not mind a rewatch.
I didn't see the LeBron James one. Give us one of these, man. Which one do you want it to be? Or
there's no wrong answers. We're gonna have to get to all of them eventually. Like we're gonna watch. So no pressure, but no wrong answers.
Right. But only one answer.
but one answer. Yeah. You can pick either one of those 2 or another one, but whatever you type next, there's no sendbacks. No sendbacks. Oh, okay. The OG. Okay, we'll watch Space Jam. We'll watch Michael Jordan Space Jam.
A little bit of Newman action in that movie as well.
Oh yeah, dude.
Wayne Knight.
Bill Murray. We got
Daffy Duck, Elmer
some
Fudd.
Fun. Yeah.
Pulp Fiction references in the movie. Lola Bunny.
Yep. A lot of like it's basically like a long commercial. For like McDonald's and things like that.
Now you're saying He Got Game? Which one is it, man?
Okay, either He Got Game, Space Jam, or third option. Just final answer, final send. Set us straight, because
yeah. But as you're sending this final answer, Mickey, I did cleanse my palate by watching both Can't Hardly Wait afterward, and
excellent.
It's a fun rewatch, and Sinners for the first time.
Oh, you hadn't seen Sinners?
Hadn't seen Sinners.
What'd you think?
Loved it. I thought it was really good. There's at least overall it's really well shot. The music's incredible. There is one shot in that movie, and if you've seen the movie, you know what I'm talking about. That's like absolutely mind-blowing, sensational, and I think that's incredible. Good job for him. Yeah.
Huge movie. That was a fun one to see in theaters, I gotta say.
That's what everyone said. I wish I'd seen it in theaters.
It's all good. I mean, you didn't support it, so whatever.
I will be supporting The Naked Gun.
But you supported your library, right? Or did you watch it on streaming somewhere?
I watched it on streaming.
That's cool.
So there's that.
That's cool.
But now I wish I'd paid for it. So we don't know if Aston's going to be there. So Mickey, you and I will decide between those two.
I think he said He Got Game. I think he
Got Game. It's good. And
I'm excited about it. I've never seen that. So all right. So we got Hoop Dreams and He Got Game coming up next. That's awesome.
Great stuff. Great. All on the same lines. Okay. So with that, thank you for joining us so much. We really appreciate you being with us here, just trying to get some Pistons content in your life, just trying to get your feels on a little bit.
Hell yeah.
Maybe you're just a movie aficionado here to hear us bash honkies, as it were. But we'll be back. We'll be back next week on Thursday talking about Hoop Dreams, talking about whatever other things the Pistons are going to do. Maybe talking a little Jalen Duren action. Maybe we'll talk a little, I don't know, expectation action. Maybe we can talk what expectations we have from these players as the season.
That's always fun. Yeah.
So we'll decide. Maybe we'll bring a game back too. It's been a minute since we had a game or something like that.
Yeah, we'll try to get some guests coming up too. We had some fun ones. It's been just me and Harry for ever since Bo. But we got some fun stuff. Tap in, stay with us.
So thank you so much for joining us here at the Order of the Blazing Horse. We end every show the same way by saying the acronym OBH aloud, like an onomatopoeia, because it essentially is for what a horse would say if they were trying to say anything. Really. So with that, I've been Harry.
And I'm Mickey.